Hey, Xiomy here. So today I wanted to film Top 5 Wednesdays, and Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over on Gingery's Lainey, but now it's being hosted by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. And I'm going to have everything linked down below just in case you're interested in checking it out. But today's topic for discussion is your favorite non-written novels. Now I am going to base these books based on audiobooks and graphic novels because those are the two that I usually venture more towards, and I have a lot of more understanding with them, and that's how I'm going to take this list. So let's get into it. The first ones that I'm going to mention are graphic novels, then I'm going to go into the audiobooks. But the first graphic novel that I'm going to mention is from Amulet. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I know that I'm going to butcher it, but it's Kazu. I really do enjoy this graphic novel. It is very middle grade, but it's very quite enjoyable because it gives you a good lesson, and also about these kids being very tenacious and like also discovering a lot of things, because one day she does inherit this amulet, and this is where all her life starts to take shape, and she goes on this venture, and it's something that's very interesting. I do also like your kind of antagonist character, because he is an antagonist, but he also has a struggle with himself as a character. But I do enjoy the main protagonist very much, and the artwork is one that I quite enjoy a lot. I mean, it's very beautiful, and I really have enjoyed this graphic novel. The next graphic novel is Miss Marvel. I have to admit that I really did love this. When I picked up the first book of one that I really did enjoy, and then I have the second book. The third one, I have no idea where I have it, but I know I have it somewhere, I just don't know where I placed it at. But I really have enjoyed this graphic novel because aside from it being a diverse reading experience, you also have basically, you know, a teenager struggling with a lot of things, and you know, her daily life, and not only that, but also being a superhero, and also having to come home before her curfew, and also, you know, going to school and dealing with a lot of things that are, you know, centered around a lot of kids. Is something that I have enjoyed reading about, and it's also sometimes very relatable because it's like she still hasn't discovered herself as a person, which is the first book that you are going to see a lot more in that area. But I really did love and enjoy everything and what she finally discovered, and also what she learned in the end, that, you know, as long as she accepts herself, you know, everybody's gonna also accept her and or love her for who she is. It doesn't matter where she's from or her background. But I really have to admit that this was a very enjoyable reading experience. The artwork is at times very funny because it's just like completely weird, but the artwork is very good. Something that you don't look heavily on, because the moral and everything that it's explaining in the story is something that's very, very enjoyable. The next ones that I'm going to mention are ones that I hold very dear in my heart because they started as a TV show, and that is Avatar: The Last Airbender. It continued in graphic novel format, and I have quite a few of them. I've read every single one of them. I've just really haven't updated my Goodreads on this, but I am going to reread them again. That's why I really haven't updated it on my Goodreads. But I really do love this story, and it's so beautiful. I think some people like transitioning from the TV show to this might be a little bit shocking because the artwork isn't obviously as heavily as or as beautiful as you did see it in the TV show, but it's quite enjoyable, and I loved it. And you know, to have a continuation of this series, because it is one of my favorite series, because aside from having diverse characters, you also have beautiful and strong friendship. You also have powerful and strong and independent women also. They're very strong, even though they do have some disabilities. They're so brave and so fierce, and I just, you know, Toph is one of my favorite characters, even though from Katara she has that motherly spirit to her, and you do have a lot of lessons that you learn from her, but also every single one of them gives you a lesson and also teaches you a valuable lesson. I'm repeating myself again, but it's just something that's very beautiful to read about. And I actually suggest, if you haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, you should sit down and just marathon them and then continue the books, because it continues where basically it left off, and it's just enjoyable to go back with them and venture through everything that they have gone through, and obviously through new experiences. And the final two that I'm going to mention are in audio format, but I read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe in audio format by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I just simply loved it and enjoyed it so much because it does have that Hispanic flair to it, but Lin-Manuel Miranda did a perfect job at it, because you have that Hispanic flair to it, and obviously it gives it justice, because I wanted it to be given the justice that it deserves. It was very beautiful. It was very pleasurable to actually sit down and hear it. It was just something that all the emotions and all the feelings that I received while reading the book, they were portrayed in the audiobook, and that's something that I have to say that it's wonderful, and I appreciate it like so much. And the next and final one that I'm going to mention for audiobook is Heartless. It is narrated by Rebecca Solar. The woman did an incredible job. I mean, I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. You get all these whimsical feelings that you get in the book, you also get them in the audiobook, but it's just so amazing having her twist her voice for a lot of different characters and actually experiencing that and hearing all the emotions and feeling all the emotions. And every single time there were certain parts that I love from this book and she would just narrate them, I was like, oh, that part broke my heart. Oh, that part was so amazing. You know, it's just lovely because I have heard audiobooks and sometimes they don't switch the voice, and I hate that when they don't switch the voice because it's just like lenient. Everything is the same. You don't have any emotions or feelings being brought into the audiobook, and it was just lovely the way she just uttered it and mentioned everything, and just, you know, it was beautiful how she narrated this story. And I just, oh my god, it's a very lovely reading experience. Well, that's it for all my favorite non-written books. I hope I didn't repeat the same adjectives over and over again for every single one of them, but I really do love every single one of them. I adore them so badly. But that's it for my video. I want to thank you for watching. If you want to tell me yours, then feel free. We'll chit chat down below, but until next time, peace.